Could you speak a little bit about the various fighting styles of the characters and how much influence you have on that? So what disciplines of martial arts they use and how they
Sure. Well, basically, I mean, as far as I look at each character, I mean, Reese, we all know what his background is, and it's basically the philosophy of it doesn't make a difference what martial arts from, it basically has to work, and while we do some flash for the show, because real fighting is different than real fighting, REA versus REE. But we root it in reality. We don't put BS moves in there. But for the most part, it's really what's ever effective. It's rooted in close quarter combat, CQC for the military. There's Japanese jiu-jitsu in there. There's Filipino martial arts, Kali and Eskrima. There's some little bit I've been doing more this season. I've been doing more judo throws. I was involved in John Wick, so they love that. And we've been doing some judo throws and stuff. But I always say a good fight scene. When you watch a fight scene, unless it's script specific, you should never watch a fight scene and say it came from this style. That's. I hate when I watch a show and I go, oh, the fight choreographer practices this art. So he kind of uses what he does, and like I said, I started off on the show as Jim's stunt double. I had a heavy hand in fight choreography. My predecessor on the show, a brilliant stunt coordinator, he directed an episode as well, Jeff Gibson. He gave me a lot of his time, went on a lot more fight choreography duties before I took over as coordinator when he left. And I remember one season I was getting fancy, I was getting cute, and I was doing these moves that basically I was just trying to, I guess, lack of a better term, impress people with all these fancy things I can do. And he would just look at me and just go, Reese wouldn't do that, and walk away. And I realized, Reese did not get to be, listen, the people that are in Reese's line of work don't really live as long as, Reese is, so they're not going to be going and trying new things. The challenge for me is to use this core set of moves and curriculum and then come up with innovative ways to do it, and to beat people up with a book or wooden spoon or whatever.
The amount of fights Reese got into first season compared to later years, although he has more help now that Shaw is there, has there been any reason for that, or conscious decision maybe not to repeat yourself, or maybe because you just don't want to do as many fights with Reese, or maybe Jim Caviezel doesn't want to?
No, it's. I mean, again, it's all script specific, right, on where they want to go and what angles they want to go to. A big part was, I mean, the first couple of seasons it was really just Jim and Michael, and my God, that man works hard. Both of them do, But on top of the acting duties, Jim had many physical duties to do, and Tim should toll for a while. But I don't think there was any conscious shift. Any conscious shift away. I mean, we still always have to make sure, look, Reese kicks ass, that's all there's to it. So we just have to make sure that we still have those moments. And, I will say this, those moments are not far in between in this season. He does his share of ass kicking. An interesting story about Jim that Heidi just reminded me. When we first started in season 1 doing the fight scenes, Jim comes from a hard style of karate. When I say hard style, there's soft styles and hard styles. It's very, one strike, one kill mentality, and it's a hard block and a hard strike. And, the character of Reese had to be more adaptable and have alive hands and quick. He doesn't know if there's a hammer coming at him, a machete, a gun, a knife, so he can't be locked into a rigid stance. He has to be always hands alive and open. This is not alive. Hands open to block, trap, parry, and trap. And he was always very, his skill was great, but he was always very strong and powerful, And, there's different style and vision. But then he was also a basketball star. And when we would talk about basketball, he would go, because we'll go and dribble past this guy and go here and here. And I go, Jim, take what's down here and bring it up here. And it's just light bulb went off, and they just got a little touchy and quick. And, so he kind of took the mentality of quick hands from basketball. And if you watch him when he fights, almost imagine a basketball in the air, because his hand movement is so quick, and so because he's thinking basketball now, he stopped thinking about his martial arts training, which was a very hard, rigid style, and he started getting more loose and open with his head movement and his shoulder rolls, and he's thinking in that basketball mentality, not his karate mentality.
first conversation I ever had with Jim Caviezel was like, "You ever play basketball?" Yeah. He's like, "Come here," and he just grabbed me. "Nice to meet you." Okay. We started playing imaginary basketball and then hitting each other in imaginary basketball. He's like, "Look at your feet. Look at your feet."
We're here at 10 o'clock at night talking gym stories.